Friends, welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. This is a very hard cataract with small pupil. Let us observe this surgery. This is the main incision with a 2.8 mm steel keratome on the posterior aspect of the limbus. And now a side port is made on the left side of the main incision about 2.5 clock hours away. And now this is an air bubble filling up the anterior chamber. Underneath this air bubble, trypan blue 0.06% dye is applied over the anterior capsule. And now I apply a little bit of adrenaline to see if the pupil dilates little more. The dye is washed out, the pupil dilated little more, but this is not enough to manage this hard nucleus. So I have decided to use a pupil expansion device, and I have with me is B-HEX pupil expander. The antechamber is underfilled and little bit of visco is applied underneath the iris. And this is the B-HEX pupil expansion device invented by Dr. Netrajyoti of Kolkata, India. The device is introduced by a B-HEX forceps. It goes completely into the anterior chamber and a flange is tucked at on go. Then I hold the flange which is at around 1 o'clock and tuck it under the iris. I have made only one side port. Now I go through the left side port, hold the middle tab of this flange which is at around 10:30 o'clock and tuck it under the iris. And now the pupil has taken a beautiful hexagonal shape. Some more visco is injected, and now is the time some more visco is applied over the cornea for better visibility, and now is the time to do capsular rhexis. And my plan is to do a large rhexis. Size of these expanded pupil is about 5 mm, and I am doing a rhexis just more than that, about 5.25 mm, going just beyond the pupillary margin. And now hydrodissection is done very gently at multiple points, and the nucleus is mobilized. And now some more visco. This is 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. And now watch my submarine chop technique. The tip of the Phaco needle goes in with its bevel down, facing the nuclear mass. At this time I had some problem in focusing. Yes, now it is in focus. And now the tip goes in with its bevel down. Some superficial cortical matter is aspirated. Then the tip is turned to make the bevel up. And now the nucleus is pushed a little down, and the tip is buried into the substance of the nucleus just in front of the main incision. Now it travels through the substance of the nucleus towards the opposite equator. As it reaches near the opposite equator, the chopper is used to make a very good crack. Now I rotate it 180 degree, hold on heminucleus and separate the two heminuclei completely. And this is the bigger heminucleus, I am dividing this into 3 pieces. One piece, the other large fragment is divided into 2 to get 3 pieces. And now these pieces are being emulsified. Ultrasonic energy being used is 80%. Flow rate is 45 ml per minute. Vacuum is 450 mm of mercury. Machine is Ocular Cataract 3. This is the other heminucleus. I am going to divide this into 2 halves. But these 2 fragments are not free, so I have to struggle a bit. Yes, I am dividing this one also into 3 fragments. Now the fragments are joined to each other at the apex, at the inner border of the heminucleus. So I lift it off, apply a little bit of ultrasonic energy to divide the pieces, to separate the pieces. And now each nuclear piece is emulsified using ultrasonic energy. So most of the nucleus has been emulsified and removed by this time, and this is last part on piece. Now I get onto this piece, and now I ask my assistants to go to Phaco 3 mode, where the vacuum is 250, flow rate is 25, and ultrasonic energy is reduced to about 70%. So far the ultrasonic energy was 80% or 85%. And now remove the chopper to make the antechamber more stable, and it is done. The nucleus is nicely managed. Cortical cleanup is done with a Simcoe cannula. And now, after filling up the antechamber and the capsular bag with visco, a hydrophobic acrylic single-piece monofocal intraocular lens is implanted in the capsular bag. This is Hanita HB from Israel. This is a very good lens. And this is how we remove the B-HEX. The B-HEX is removed, and now visco is removed from both the anterior chamber and from behind the intraocular lens. The side ports are closed by hydrating corneal stroma. And now a final lavage of the anterior chamber is done to remove any visco and to remove any particle in the anterior chamber. The antechamber is nicely formed. Integrity of all the wounds are checked. Watch the main wound. There is no wound burn. Few drops of moxie is applied over the cornea, and the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, compassion, and great surgical competence.